We kept going back and forward on the idea to share with Elsa our intention to adopt, because she was just 2 years old and we didn't know how she would react. In this episode, I want to talk to you a little bit about how we prepared Elsa for her future sibling. And right from the beginning, we started talking to her about our wish to adopt, our wish for her to have another sibling. And at the time, she was 1 year and a half, and she was quite small, quite young. But we thought it was good for her to know what was about to happen and to keep her in the loop. And when she turned 2 years old, me and her moved to Romania so we could adopt. And she was having a lot of fun with her cousins. She has a boy and a girl, with 2 cousins in Romania. And I kept asking her, so do you like to play with your cousins? They're brother and sister, and it would be nice probably for you to have someone to play with at home. And she kept saying, yes, yes, I want to have a sibling, I want to have a brother or a sister. And we started praying every night that the lady from the adoption, that she would give us a brother or a sister, she would give her a brother or a sister. And I think because she was just 2 years old, she wasn't that old, she didn't realize exactly what was about to come, but she was on board with this decision. And even though she was young, I think it was good that we started talking to her about adoption and what adoption means and why we couldn't have any other kids, any other biological kids, and that there are a lot of kids that are in need and they have no parents. And she was quite open, and she's really empathetic, and she really understands a lot. She understands a lot for her age. And it was easy for me to talk to her. And I remember we were bonding in a really nice way when we went to Romania. We used to go out, me and her. We used to go to eat together, to play together in parks, and I really enjoyed that time. And I think she really felt secure. And me and Gabi, we tried to offer her a safe place. I was talking to Gabi and I was telling him that I was really happy that God allowed us to have a biological child as well as an adopted one. And now we have both, and I'm really grateful for that. And I think the way God works is just the most perfect way, and what He chooses for us and what He chose for us is the best. So as I was talking to Elsa about adoption, she kept asking, okay, when is my brother or my sister going to come home? And after we met Christian, we brought Elsa along with us to one of the meetings, and right from the beginning she liked him, and she kept asking, when is he going to come home? I want him to come home to us. And we told her that she has to have a little bit of patience because there are a lot of documents that we have to do. And she kept asking when. After me and Gabi found about the autism diagnosis, we had to tell Elsa that Christy is a little bit sick and that we cannot take him home anymore. And she was pretty disappointed. She kept saying that she wants Christy to come home to us, and I don't know exactly what she went through, but she kept saying that she misses him. And for me it was really interesting because she just met him a few times, and she was already attached to him in some way. I remember I was with Elsa when I went to the CPS to give them the information that we cannot take Christy home because of his diagnosis, and I felt really weak. I remember I had some of his photo albums with me that I have to give back to them because, like I said, we decided we couldn't take him, we couldn't adopt him anymore. And even though Elsa was, like I said, 2 years old, she understood that something wasn't right. And I started crying. I just started crying because I felt so weak. I felt that I'm an unfit mother, even for my own biological daughter. And I felt like I abandoned Christy the way his biological mother did. I felt that I abandoned him because I wasn't able to take him as he was with the autism diagnosis. So yeah, Elsa asked me, why am I crying? Mommy, why are you crying? Why are you sad? And I said, I'm really sad because Christy is sick and we cannot take him home anymore. And I don't know what else she said, but I remember something really encouraging that the people from the CPS told us, and it was this: they told us, try not to think at the things that you cannot do, but try to think at the things that you can do. It's okay if you cannot adopt a sick child, if you cannot adopt a child with special needs. Think about things that you can do and focus on them. And at that point, I was only able to adopt a child that didn't have autism. So this is the truth, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. It was hard, and I felt, in a way, I felt that I wasn't allowed to be sad, because I felt even more sadness for Christy, because he was about to stay where he was at the foster family, and I really, really wanted to give him like a second chance, a new life, a new life. And at that point, I felt like I failed him. Even if this isn't a really long episode, I wanted to give you a short overview of how we tried to prepare Elsa for the adoption, how she reacted, and in the next episode we want to talk a little bit about how the bureaucracy in Romania helped us reconsider our decision of not adopting Christy. I know that for some families it is easier probably to bring the news to their kids that they're gonna adopt. Some families don't have biological kids and they adopt anyways. Everybody has their own path, and I felt guilty at that moment because I wasn't able to finish what I started, but I think everything happens with a purpose, and God's plan, like I said, is the best. We would be really happy to hear from you, so please leave us a comment in the comment section below, and see you next time!